Let's go over the warm-up. In this problem, I'm told that a parabola has an axis of symmetry at x equals -3. A directrix at y equals -1, and it passes through the point 9, 14. I want to find the focus if the focal length is less than 7. So what you want to do here, like all these problems that we deal with sideways parabolas, is always draw a picture. If you draw a picture, your life's going to be a lot easier. So for this one, I have an axis of symmetry of x equals -3, but I have a directrix at y equals -1. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that. So that's my directrix. And I'm told I go through the point of 9, 14. Well, 9, 14 is going to be above this axis of symmetry. So I know my parabola is going to look something like this. And then I have a point 9, 14. I'll put it, I don't know, right here. It should be on the right side. And I know it's on the right side because I'm told the axis of symmetry is x equals -3. The axis of symmetry always goes through the vertex because the vertex is the middle of any parabola, whether it's opening up or to the side. So I know that the vertex has an x value of -3. So I know that this vertex is -3 comma some k. I don't know that k, but that's not too important because I just want to figure out the focus. So if the vertex is -3k, I know the focus will be -3 comma, we'll call it some y. Right, the vertex and the focus are always in line with each other. So if it's opening up and the vertex is -3k, the focus is -3 comma some y that I don't know yet. Is everyone with me up to here? So far, we're just drawing the picture. All right, and remember, by definition of parabolas, every single point on the graph is equally as far from the directrix as it is from the focus. So this line right here, from that point 9, 14 to the directrix is 15. And this line right there should also be 15. That is by definition of what parabolas are. Every point on the graph is equally as far from the directrix as it is from the focus. Are you okay with that? So from here, I can use my distance formula. So I can say, well, that distance of 15, that should equal the square root of, one point minus the other. So -3 minus 9 squared plus y minus 14 squared. So the definition of a parabola is that every single point on the graph, doesn't matter where it is, any point on the graph is equally as far from the directrix as is from the focus. So this point of 9, 14, well, I know that's 15 away from the directrix because the directrix is at a y value of -1, and that point has a y value of 14. So that the distance from each other is 15. So that means the distance from that point to the focus also needs to be 15. Make sense? All right. So from here, we're going to use the distance formula. So we can say 15 is going to equal the square root of -3 minus 9 squared plus y minus 14 squared. It doesn't matter the order of which one you use, just make sure you stay consistent with it. If I use the focus minus the other point, make sure you do that for both the x's and the y's. If you did the point minus the focus, same thing, just make sure you stay consistent with which way you do it. From here, I'm going to solve this out. Square both sides to get rid of that square root. To get 225 that's 12 squared plus y minus 14 squared. Well, 12 squared is 144. So you can replace this with 144 and subtract it over to get 81 equals y minus 14 squared. Everyone with me up to here? No, that's the distance formula. So the distance formula, I'll write it up here. is the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. That's the distance formula. And I use that to figure this out. All right. And then from here, square root both sides to get plus or minus 9 is y minus 14. Then add the 14 over to get y is 14 plus or minus 9. So 14 plus 9 is 23. 14 minus 9 is 5. Those are my two possibilities for my focus. Everyone with me? And the reason why you have two possible choices for your focus is because if you look at the picture that I drew, we don't actually know if this focus is below that point or it could be above it. We really don't know. It could be something like this where it's above it and it's going down to that point. You have two possibilities for your focus because you don't know where it is. Either it could be in line with it, above it, below it, we don't know. So that's why you have two possibilities. But in this problem, I'm told the focal length, or the P, is less than 7. So if the focal length can be less than 7, well, that's going to leave you with 5. Are you okay with that? So the focus is negative 3.5. Yeah, go ahead. It's also recorded, and I'm going to post it online right now. All right. So last thing I want to say, I want to make sure it's on video. Make sure you understand this problem. Make sure you know the linear programming stuff that's not on the test review. So make sure you go over that. There's a worksheet Friday. If you can do the problems on that worksheet, the linear programming problem on the test will be cake, will be easy. That worksheet was a lot harder than the problem on the test. Make sure you know all your definitions, all your stuff like that. You know, quizzes are usually pretty similar to the test. Any questions? No?